Hello and welcome to the replay of Beta Thorns and Daisies, the 8.7 chapter. I did find out that this actually, compared to the first time when I played it, actually voiced. So I'm kind of happy about this, that it got a voiced version, because that was not the case at the start. And I'm not sure how much of it voiced, but at least the start was voiced. And it is about Helena. And before we deep dive into Deep Oblivion story chapter, or at least the Helena story, I wanted to replay this and catch up on what happened to Helena too. But yeah, also find out that this is voiced, so let's go into this one. Promised Day, Zucchero's most important guest, is about to arrive. The first ray of daybreak streams in through the trees that line the pavement, shining into a perfectly ordinary little cafe by the side of the street. A girl dressed like a shop attendant is hard at working. She's clearing up the planter, making snacks, and changing out the coffee beans. She systematically works through the tasks that have been to be completed before the cafe can open for business. Perhaps it's because her neural cloud is occupied by those routine tasks, but she does not seem to notice the footsteps approaching her.
早安。
Good morning. Springfield circles around to the other side of the counter and watches the look of surprise on the other girl's face with interest.
啊，店长，
Manager,
难得看到桑朵莱西你如此放松警惕呢。
it is not often that I find you distracted, Centaurisi.
抱歉，
My apologies.
为什么要道歉呢？
Why must you apologize?
这家咖啡店存在的意义，就是为了让大家能够悠闲的生活呀。
The point of this cafe is to help everyone live a relaxed life, after all. Centaurisi and Springfield look up at the same time. This cafe, decorated into retro style, has a signboard reading Zucchero at its door. The Zucchero Cafe is not only a popular hangout for the local residents, but also a secret clearing house run by the ex-Griffin dolls who helps their colleagues obtain information and seek help. After many years, the cafe has gradually put down roots and flourished, and it is entirely due to the efforts of the dolls who run it. Springfield nods to Centaurisi and smiles.
能看到桑朵莱西如此放松的样子，就说明我的努力是值得的。
Well, being able to see you this relaxed proves that my hard work has not gone to waste.
是，接下来我也会和店长您一起努力的。
Of course, I will continue doing my best with you from here on out, Manager.
那就拜托了。
I will be counting on you. So as far as I remember, that Springfield did pick up Centaurisi, and Centaurisi is still or was hesitating to pick up her weapon.
不过说起来，今天有他们在呢。
That said, they are here today.
既然如此，警戒的事物的确不需要再额外操心了。
But in that case, we won't need to worry anymore about the security situation.
现在的方塘大概是整个卫星城里最安全的地方了。
Indeed, right now, Zucchero is probably the safest place in the entire city.
这样，我也能放心把精力都集中在处理工作的事务上。毕竟今天的准备工作需要以最高规格完成。
This also means I will be able to put all my focus onto the day's task. After all, the preparations for today must be handled with utmost rigor.
说的也是呢，我也一起来帮忙吧。
You have a point. Let me help you too. Centaurisi nods. Springfield steps behind a nearby cabinet and quickly dons an apron before helping to portion out the desserts Centaurisi has made before placing them into the cold case. Seemingly spotting something of note, Springfield pauses as she tops off the milk in the coffee machine, Then she leans in close to take a sniff of the grinder hopper.
哎呀，咖啡机里的豆子似乎是你私藏已久的黑象牙。
Oh my, are the beans in the machine from your private reserve of black ivory coffee?
就算是在卫星城中，这种豆子也是供货商压箱底的非卖品呢。
That things are too precious for most merchants to sell, even in the satellite city.
我记得这是你用攒了好久的金条换到的吧？
As I recall, you saved up many collapse pieces to buy them.
今天全部都取出来了。
Are you going to use them all today? Upon hearing Spiritfield speak, Centauresi's face flushes a faint pink.
今天我希望泡出最好的咖啡。
Yes, I would like to make the best possible coffee I can today. Little they know. Centauresi turns the calendar on the counter to a new page with a thoughtful look on her face. Each box on the calendar is filled with entries for events in different styles of handwriting, such as meet with coffee beans supplier, trim the lawn, 100 stands Zucchero Life, and so on. Meanwhile, today's box has only one word on it. Reserved.
说到这个，
About that.
准备送给客人的礼物包装好了吗？
Have you wrapped the gift for our customer yet?
当然，
Of course.
为了能让客人最大程度感受到您准备的惊喜，维护和改造都选用了特别的款式。
I have modified and cared for it in a special ways just so our customer will feel the full extent of the surprise you have prepared.
不愧是桑德莱西，真是面面俱到呢。
Well done, Centauresi. You have covered all the bases.
如果咖啡店少了你，我还真不知道该怎么办。
I honestly don't know how the cafe would manage without you.
您过奖了，这些不过是常规事务而已。
You flatter me. All this is just standard procedure.
对了，曲奇快要烤好了，店长要先尝尝看吗？
Oh yes, the cookies are almost here. Would you like to try them, manager?
不了，我还有一点其他的工作要收尾。
I think not. I have some other work I need to wrap up.
接下来的事就拜托你了。
The rest is up to you.
我会替您照料好这边的。
I will take care of it for you. Centauresi does not say anything else, turning aside to let Springfield through, as though they are rehearsed this movement countless times before. Springfield opens the door to the kitchen and pushes the cake lower on the shelf to one side before moving the syrup on the topmost shelf into another cabinet. After tidying the place up, she moves the cabinet aside, revealing a patch of wall whose colors are brighter on account of not being exposed to the sun as much as its surroundings. Finally, she knocks twice on the wall. The wall section creaks, and then it silently splits open along a hidden seam, revealing a secret passage just large enough for a single person to pass through. In the darkness, Springfield expertly feels her way along the wall to find a switch on it. A light comes on and illuminates the interior. A huge display motions dominates the crumpled room and turns on with the light, displaying several locations being motioned by security cameras. Monitored, I think. Springfield scans the image on the screen, then presses the intercom button below it.
很准时吗，成田店长？
Right on time, Manager Springfield.
最近店里来了几名很可靠的店员，所以我也清闲了不少呢。
We have managed to hire several very capable staffless recently. so I'm much less busy now.
怎么样？有什么新到的货品吗？
So, have you gotten any new stocks in lately?
当然了，想要哪方面的货？
Yeah, now we know this is a male's voice, because it was not voiced back then. Of course I have. What kind do you want?
还是咖啡豆吧，口味偏甜一点的那种。最近的一位熟客很喜欢这种豆子呢。
I will go with coffee beans. I would like the sweeter kind. One of our regular has developed a taste for them. There's definitely some cod base.
另外，上次马奇朵送过去的特调饮品，您那边签收了吗？
Also, have you received the special blend that Macchiato sent over last time?
我尝过了，味道很不错。
Oh yes, I have. It was delicious.
如果下次还有的话，我全都要了。
If you have more next time, I want it all.
你也未免太贪心了。
My, aren't we greedy? Oh, that smile.
毕竟贵店出品的餐点品质都很高嘛。
Can you blame me when your menu items are all excellent?
言归正传，我之前提到的那位特殊的客人，今天会光顾店里。
Now then, back to business. That special guest I mentioned earlier will be visiting us today.
我想确保这次会面绝对万无一失。
I would like to ensure that nothing goes wrong with this meeting.
您作为供应商，咖啡豆今天可以提供吗？
As a supplier, can you provide the coffee beans today?
哦，看来店长很在意这位客人呐。
Oh, looks like this guest of yours is quite the VIP.
是啊，怎么说，他也是我们方糖咖啡馆最重要的客户呢。
Oh yes, he is our most valuable client after all.
原来是这样，上次店长提到这事时，我还以为是开玩笑呢。
I see. And here I thought you were joking when you mentioned it last time.
您真是太幽默了。对于业务，我向来都是很认真对待的。
You really are a kinda. I have always taken my work seriously.
抱歉，我不是这个意思。
Sorry. That wasn't what I mean.
硬要说的话，今天的确有额外的咖啡豆可以提供给店长。
If you insist, I do have some extra coffee beans that I can supply today, manager.
不过这种鸡蛋可要额外收费的。
However, there will be an extra charge for a rush order like this one.
当然，店里会按照老规矩为您结算的。
Of course, we'll settle our bill with you per standard procedure. Springfield soon receives a message. After she reads it, it automatically deletes itself.
哎呀，真是帮了大忙了。
Aye, this does help a lot. Just as she is about to continue, an internal call suddenly comes over her communicator.
抱歉，店里似乎出了点状况。
Pardon me, but it seems we have a bit of a situation in the cafe.
那就之后再联络吧。
We will continue this later then. The other party hangs up and Springfield answers to call. She immediately hears a familiar voice.
店长，外面发现了几名可疑分子，正在朝方糖方向靠近。
Manager, we have spotted several suspicious individuals approaching Zucchero.
要动手吗？
Should I deal with them? Springfields look at the screen. The security camera shows several thugs swaggering down the street.
这种看起来只是有点难缠的客人，还是要夏克里去处理吧。
It seems they're just troublesome guests, so we will let Sharky handle them.
夏克里，能听到吗？
Do you hear that, Sharky?
终于轮到夏克里登场了吗？
Is it time for Sharky's debut at last?
咖啡店西北方向似乎有讨厌的客人在附近徘徊。
It seems there are some troublesome guests to the northwest of the cafe.
麻烦你去应付一下。
Please take care of them.
遵命。
Will do.
夏克里一定会为各位客人献上完美的表演。
Sharky will give each and every one of them a perfect show. Why do I have a slight idea that it is not the first time and they actually know what will happen to them? Oh, we are back to this one city. On a building roughly 1 kilometer away from the Zucchero Cafe, Macchiato is lying prone behind a set of guardrails on a balcony, concealed by a camouflage cape. After hearing the voice through her communicator, she finally shifts her gaze away from the optical scope for a moment. As she watches the doll in the distance sauntering off with exaggerated dance-like steps, Macchiato grumbles to herself.
我说，这家伙真的靠谱吗？
Honestly, can we really count on her?
虽然是广泛应用于娱乐业的民用人形，不过我们面前的这一位可是加装过超强火控核心的战术款。
While she is a civilian doll primarily intended for the entertainment industry, these young miss have been fitted with a really advanced fire control components.
平时你不在店里的时候，这些麻烦的客人都是交给他来处理的。
Usually, she's the one who handles troublesome guests like those when you are not around. There's doubt written all over Macchiato's face as she continues studying Sharky through her scope. Clearly, she's not convinced by Springfield's words. And I remember thinking about this scene is like it was happening before the Macchiato event, but it kind of did not line up with the time, maybe. So I'm not sure what happened first, Macchiato event or this event. However, the suspicious individual each fade from Macchiato's view over the course of the next few minutes.
看起来只是些社会闲杂人士呢，不是有威胁的敌人，真是太好了。
Looks like they were simply liar-bones. Fortunately, they did not pose a real threat.
夏克里，现在情况如何？
Darkly, how are things now?
稍等下，店长，这是最后一批啦。
One moment, manager. This is the last of them. Parker's voice comes over the transmission.
嗨，你是地下街那家酒吧的员工吧？这个月的保护费交了没？
Hey, and you from that bar in the underground shopping street? Have you paid your protection money for the month?
要是没交的话
If not, I will you...
等一下，你是人形吗？
Wait a minute. Are you a doll?
等，你别过来啊！快跑，快跑啊！
You get what happens. The sound of Flash being bloodshot fills the channel.
看吧，
See?
夏克里很擅长这方面的工作呢。
Sharkley is good at this.
用这种具有欺骗性的外表迷惑敌人，大概也是工作能力的一种吧。
I guess tricking the enemy with her deceptive appearance must be the part of how she gets the job done.
哎呀，马奇朵是在嫉妒吗？
Oh, what is this? Is that jealousy I hear, Macchiato?
才不是呢！
Hell no!
谁会嫉妒这种看起来没长大的小孩子啊？
Who would be jealous of a spoiled little brat anyway?
而且我只要有手里的枪就足够了。
Besides, all I need is my gun in my hands.
演出圆满结束。
And that's a wrap. Sharky silently cuts into the transmission, striking a pause before proudly declaring her work is done.
店长，你交给我的任务已经完美完成了。
Manager, I finished my mission without a hitch.
夏克里，你的背后是？
Sharky, what is that behind you? In the video feed, an arm slowly reaches out from a dumpster behind Sharky. Sharky glances back and delivers a lightning-fast kick that sends the arm back into the dumpster.
背后什么都没有啊。
It's nothing at all.
你就这么把人扔垃圾桶吗？至少扔到治安所门口吧。
So you just threw them into the trash? You could have at least dumped them in front of the nearest police box.
人家的妆都花掉了。
Oh no, my makeup is running.
我去补个妆，接下来的舞台就交给马奇朵小姐啦。
I need to go touch myself up. You have the stage now, Miss Macchiato.
啊？喂！
Wait!
居然就这么自说自话的走掉了。
I cannot believe it. She went and spouted a bunch of crap and then walked off just like that?
是我让她回来的。
I called her back.
马奇朵，麻烦你也尽快回来吧。
Macchiato, you should come back too.
那个家伙没那么早到吧？
He's not here yet, is he?
不应该至少监视到那家伙踏进店里。
Maybe I should keep watch until he sets foot into the cafe?
治安部门会接管今天一整天的监视工作，而且马奇朵，你应该也不想在那个家伙出现时还在楼顶吹风吧？
The police will keep an eye on things for today. And besides, I'm sure you don't want to be stuck alone on a roof when he shows up, right?
我知道了，
Fine, I got it.
我回来还不行吗？
I'm coming back now, okay? Although she was so annoyed, crawl on her face, Macchiato is already getting to work on her final task. First, she opens her terminal and refreshes her data links. Scenes from the camera monitoring the streets around the Zucchero flash through her mind. Macchiato's neural cloud carefully parses and filters every single suspicious individuals and sound, as well as the windows and vehicles that could be used to spy on them. The 14th check reveals no suspicious conditions. The surrounding streets are safe. 14 checks. Having reached that conclusion, Macchiato stands up and looks down from the highest ground in the city. As a professional sniper, she already knows the layout of this place like the back of her hand. While this is a secret city in the green zones, she can have a bullet in the opposition's skull within half a second of any threat exposing themselves, should the situations call for it. Considering what kind of occasion this day is, she does not want any unexpected interruptions. After verifying the situation, Macchiato disconnects the data cable that's plugged into a floor port behind, returning her exquisite rifle into its villain case and leaping off the side of the building. 20 minutes later, after Zucchero's door chime rings for the last time for today, the 4 members of the cafe staffs are finally gathered inside the cafe.
辛苦了，马奇朵小姐。
Thank you, Miss Macchiato.
您的咖啡泡好了。
Your coffee is ready.
谢谢了。
Oh, thanks. Macchiato accepts the cup and gets a whiff. The rich scent of roasted caramel wafts into her nose. She takes a sip, and her tense nerves promptly relax. Tense nerves of a doll. That's okay.
焦糖的苦味刚刚好，奶泡口感也很绵密。
The bitterness is just right, and the foam feels really dense. I'm not sure if the writers actually even consider that they are dolls, or they only remind themselves that they are dolls when they need it. I never are sure. They do not feel like dolls from some times, and then some moments they'd be like, oh wait, it's a doll, so let's put it in there. They're like quantum object. It's human and doll. until it's needed. The bitterness is just like, and the foam feels really dense.
总而言之，至少没有把我当成小孩子糊弄。
In any case, at least you didn't try to mess with me and treat me like a kid.
想要夸奖桑多莱西的话，可以大大方方的说出来哟。
You know, you can just praise Centaurus directly, if you really want to.
马奇朵小姐是在夸奖我吗？
Were you expressing praise just now, Miss Macchiato?
你看，当事人完全没有感受到你的心意呢。
You see, the person in question has no idea you were doing it at all.
真是麻烦。
But what a pain. Oh, soon.
下次我会注意的。
I will be more careful next time.
桑朵莱西真的很擅长迎合大家的口味呢。
You are really good at catering to everyone's taste, Centaurus.
沙克里这杯热可可也很美味哦。
This hot cocoa tastes super yummy too.
比起那种苦苦的咖啡，果然还是甜蜜的热可可才适合可爱的夏克里呀。
As I thought, rather that icky bitter coffee, sweet cocoa really does suit this super cute Sharky best.
小孩子果然很好糊弄。
Kids really are easy to fool.
这是在夸奖夏克里小姐可爱吗？
Are you praising Miss Sharky for being cute?
什么？
What?
当然不是啊。
Of course not.
看来除了咖啡店里的必修功课，桑多莱西还需要多进修一门马奇朵语呢。
Looks like apart from lessons on cafe work, Centaurus will also need to study up on speaking Macchiato's language too.
我会继续努力的。
I'll do my best.
这种时候就不要这么认真了。
Are you acting so serious about this anyway?
哎呀，马奇朵小姐的耳朵又红了。
I recognize this hair. Yeah. Look, Miss Macchiato's ears are red again. Perhaps she's trying to change the subject, or perhaps she really is bothered by something. But Macchiato turns to look outside the window as she annoyingly drums her fingers on the table.
话说，我们的客人怎么还没到啊？
Speaking of which, isn't our guest here yet? The dolls all look outside. Crowds of people mill back and forth on the streets, but the person they are all hoping to see has not shown up yet.
再不来的话，曲奇就要冷了。
The cookies will get cold if he does not arrive soon. Time ticks by, and as the sun rises, the anticipation in the girls' hearts soon becomes worry. Did something happen to him on his way here? They don't want to speculate on that reason for it. However, their guest has always been a very punctual person. The cafe telephone rings in the silence. Springfield heads over to the counter and picks up it immediately, as though she's been waiting for it all the time. As she raises it into her ear, she mimes a shushing gesture to the other members of the cafe.
方糖咖啡馆，请问您需要订座还是外卖？
Hello, this is Zucchero Cafe. Would you like a reservation or a home delivery order?
哦，这就是你们和那个人的暗号吗？
Oh, this is the password system you arranged with him? However, the voice on the other end of the line is not the voice they have longed for. Springfield immediately turns to put her back to the counter and give the other three dolls meaningful look.
你是？
You are.
好久不见，春田小姐。
It's been a while, Miss Springfield. And yeah, we are first time hearing actually Dandelions name. Wait, it's not first time hearing Dandelions lines in Girls Frontline Tour. But yeah, the other event, the 8.3, right, is also voiced, by the way. I did play it unvoiced, but we have their Dandelions voice there. But I think we did hear her a little bit earlier before, too.
寒暄就免了，你能接入这个通讯代码，就说明你和那个人在一起吧。
Alright then, let's dispense with the pleasantries. Does the fact that you have this comscot means that you are with him? Yeah, she is right now cosplaying a Dynagate with us.
聪明的判断。所以我现在要求你们赶来支援，你们也一定会答应的，对吧？
A wise deduction. And yes, I need you to help us out right now. You won't refuse us, will you?
请您直接说重点吧。
Please get to the point.
简单来说，就是和往常一样，计划遭遇意外，危险系数为红色。
Simply put, things have gone wrong as usual, and the threat level is code red.
坐标和路线图已经发送过去了，他的命能不能保得住，就取决于你们赶来的速度了。
I'll send the coordinates and a route. Whether or not he will still be alive depends on how quickly you will get there.
待会儿见啦，方旁的各位。
See you later then, ladies of the Zucchero. She, in her intonation, she does speak like very calm, even if the situation is really not that good. After some silence, Dandelion hangs up.
怎么？
What?
客人在路上遇到了麻烦。
It seems our guest has encountered some difficulties on his way here.
我想，我们得提供一些外送服务。
I believe we will need to make a delivery.
店长，要按照紧急预案行动吗？
Manager, will we be using the emergency action plan?
稍等。
One moment, please. While she has rehearsed this scenario in her neural cloud countless times, Springfield still wants to ensure that the plan goes off without a hitch.
马奇朵，用1号方案的装备，尽可能多带一些弹药。
Macchiato, go with loadout number 1 and bring as much ammo as possible.
然后，你来开车带大家去目标点吧。
After all, you will drive everyone to the objective location.
知道了。
Got it.
夏克里，可以麻烦你保证我们的外送运输吗？
Chakri, can you ensure that all order is delivered?
之前我应该已经将相关的软件替你安装好了。
I believe you have installed the relevant software already.
没问题，夏克里已经模拟训练了无数次了。
No problem. Sharky has gone through tons of sim training.
桑德莱西，我们为客人保留的那份礼物，恐怕要提前拆开了。
And as for you, Taurasi, I fear we will have to open that gift we were saving for our guest ahead of time.
抱歉，让你花了很多心思准备惊喜。
I apologize for that. I know you spent a lot of time preparing that surprise.
没关系，礼物存在的意义就是被对方需要。
That's fine. The gift exists because he needs it.
如果能挑选最合适的时间送出去，就是最大程度发挥了它的价值。
Its value will be maximized if we send it right when it is required.
谢谢你。
Thank you.
为了以防万一，我会留在店里进行情报支援。
Just in case, I will stay in the cafe and provide remote support.
如果发生了预想中最坏的情况，我会启动紧急手段。
If the worst should come to pass, I will activate all emergency measures.
到时候你们不要回方塘，直接去备用安全屋汇合。
If that happens, do not return to the Zucchero. Proceed immediately to the backup safe house and meet him there.
明白，请你也务必多加小心。
Understood. Please be careful too.
好，
I will.
桑德莱西，出门在外，麻烦你照顾好大家。
Santoreshi, please take care of everyone while you're outside.
我一定会保证大家的安全。
I will make sure I keep everyone safe.
请您在家里等着我们回来。
So in return, please wait at home for our return. The Venetian blinds slowly close, hanging the sunlight outside the cafe, and the sound of the cafe door closing is drawn out by the clack 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 of rounds being crumbled. A place which provides delicious food in times of leisure, and one which protects that which is important in times of danger. That is what the Zucchero is. Omen. What, you don't like being called Omen? 2 kilometers to west of the Intercontinental Railway Transport Station. Black Quad I4Vs drive out of the mist, the autocannon in their turrets sweeping left and right, searching for enemies. There is a large pit in front of their I4Vs. One of them comes to a halt about 50 meters away from the pit. After ensuring the situation is safe, its rear hatch slams to the ground. Black armored troopers cautiously dismount, turning on the powerful flashlights mounted on their weapons and illuminating the vast, seemingly bottomless pit before them. The sky starts to dazzle, and the soldiers' bracelets starts to turn yellow. However, the troopers ignore the rising particle density. After the squad disperses and takes formations, a red-haired woman emerges from the vehicle. She walks past the troopers and up to the pit. The troopers act like they don't see her, their guns raised as they continue watching the surrounding for danger. She raises a cigarette to her mouth and lights it before looking distantly into the pit and taking a puff. The rain unfortunately puts the cigarette out. The woman scouts, then tosses the cigarette to the ground before forcefully stomping it out.
什么坏兆头？
Bad sign, my ass.
又是一样的狗屎日子。
It's just the same stuff, different day. Behind her, several more FAVs drive up to the pit. Black armored troopers quickly dismount and spread out to scan their surroundings. Soon, then fill up the space in front of the pit. The badges of the black armored troopers proclaims them to be from Manga security, but their equipment and attitudes are markedly different from the average PMC grunts. The woman changes the channel on her radio and begins giving orders.
所有人注意，这是个3级风险任务。查理队、Delta 队、Foxtrot 队进入地下，按照 C27 医院行动。
Everyone, listen up. This is Hazard Level 3 assignment. Charlie, Delta, Foxtrot teams eat underground and carry out Plan C27. So this is Mangi security doll. We will see her in a bit.
Bravo 队、Echo 队设置警戒区域 ，Alpha 队待命。
Bravo and Echo team, watch the perimeter. Alpha team, stand by.
交战规则是
Now, as for our raw... She takes out another cigarette and lights it. After taking a puff, she pauses for a moment. Then the woman slowly exhales a cloud of smoke before giving her orders.
任何生物，格杀勿论。
Kill everything that moves. So yeah, this is our first time encountering someone from the manga security and actually from their POV. In the story at least, as far as I remember. She is very sleepy, and also this time we hear her voice, which kinda matches her. The black armored troopers are silent. The woman catches, and the 3 team of men immediately pivots and hit into their pit, while the other 2 begins establishing in dance line around them. The woman continues smoking her cigarette. The soldier behind her waits until she's done before walking up and asking her a question.
蓝天副官，为什么一个3级的任务要出动我们6支小队？
Adjustants Lentine. Why are we deploying 6 combat teams to a single level 3 assignment? By the way, the troop in Apollyon, like the manga security in Apollyon, did not look like this, if I remember right.
因为上面给了出动6支小队的钱。
Because the brats paid to deploy 6 combat teams.
就算是这样，6支小队也未免太多了。
Even so, don't you think 6 teams is a little too much?
这次的脏活上面这么重视，
Does the Black Op this time round really bother the brass that much?
你看，
Just look. Lantine points at the terminal in her hands, which shows the view from a trooper's helmet camera system. She grimaces in disgust as she looks at the insignia on the wall, and she covers it up by lighting another cigarette.
又是帕拉蒂斯。
Paradios again. So, some of the manga security are with Paradios, but some are not, maybe? I don't know. I don't think that we know that much about it right now. The squad leader shakes his head.
最近他们的活动也太过于频繁，害得我们的风评也下降了。
They have been way too active recently. It's been making us look bad too.
你是说那个绰号吗？
You mean our nickname?
就是因为这些该死的脏活，即使是常规任务，其他曼尼安堡的部队就算死也不愿意让我们去支援，连绰号都给我们取得极其难听。
Thanks to all this goddamn black op, which is probably operation, right? Even the rest of the manga security forces would rather die than let us help them. I mean, have you ever heard the nicknames they gave us?
恶兆。
Oh man.
你不喜欢这个绰号吗？
You don't like it?
我们是曼尼安堡的精锐，我们应该是锋芒，而不是什么恶兆。
You're the best of the manga security. We should be something like the Shining Edge, not Omen or whatever.
锋芒。
Shining Edge. The woman silently laughs out loud, then cuts off her laughter by striking a cigarette into her mouth. After taking a puff and getting her breathing under control again, she begins to speak.
说实话，我还挺喜欢那个绰号的。不管是谁，只要听到这个绰号，就不会对我们接下来要做的事抱任何期待了。
Frankly speaking, I actually like that name. Nobody who hears it is going to have any illusions about what we are going to do next. She points at the squad leader's head.
我说科尼，你加入安全承包商，该不会真的觉得能维护什么安全吧？
Say, Kenny, when you became a security contractor, did you actually think you were keeping anything safe?
当然不，
Of course not.
你知道吗？我特别讨厌被人擅自期待又擅自落空的感觉。
Did you know? I really hate it when people go expecting something of me and then end up depressed when the expectations fall short.
经常在任务里听到，你不是来救我们的吗？你怎么能做出这种事？听到这些话，我就觉得自己只是一只被关在笼子里的鹦鹉罢了。
I keep hearing crap during missions like, "Aren't you here to save us?" Or, "How can you do this?" And whatever I do, it makes me think that I'm just a parrot in the cage.
鹦鹉，
A parrot?
所有人都认为你应该只会说些他们期望你说的话，剩下的声音对他们来说不是话，只是啊啊的噪音罢了。
Because everyone thinks you should be saying what they're expected to say. Nothing else registers as proper words to them. It's just like noise. Like a roaster going ow, ow or something. Kenny is momentarily at loss for how to respond. But then a voice comes in over the radio and the two of them and their chit-chat check their terminals.
南京副官，我们靠近目标区，准备开始进入。
Adjusting the lantern. We are closing onto the target area, preparing to enter.
关闭记录摄像头，留一个监视用的接到我的频道。本次任务所有画面不做任何记录。
Switch off all the emergency cameras, but leave one patched directly into the comms channel. Do not record any imagery from this mission.
是。
Roger.
让 Delta 队控制出入口 ，Foxtrot 队掩护你们，把炸药都用掉。
Have Data block off the entrance. Foxtrot will cover you. Use up all your explosives.
是。
Roger.
开始干活吧。
Time for work. Lantern tosses a cigarette, butt aside and heads for the I4V, with Kenny trailing after her. Once they got inside, the motions inside the vehicle shows the position of the combat team's member who have entered their tunnels and the view from their body cameras. On the screen, the black armored troopers are moving from the elevator platform towards a huge smashed gate. They enter the room beyond, covering each other in a leapfrog fashion. The room inside contains several dozen huge culture tanks with human body parts enmeshed with plants, dendrites floating in the culture solution. The power source in there might glow dimly.
发现了附属样品，功能被关闭了，可能会有接触风险。
We have found multiple samples. The power has been shut off. There might be a contact risk. So we already know that they are creating boardrooms, something like this, with carbon bodies.
离那些罐子远一些。通知全队，任务风险提升至2级。
Stay away from those tanks. Inform all teams that the assignment hazard level has been upgraded to level 2. Wait, they go from bigger to smaller?
明白，这就通知。
Understood. I will let them know right away.
下面是个仪式所吗？离绿区这么近的距离有仪式所还挺少见的。
Looks like their ritual site is down there. It is not often that there's one so close to the green sun.
这帮疯子越来越猖狂了。
Those lunatics are getting wilder and wilder.
别让你的道德心影响你的判断了。
Don't let your ethics cloud your judgment.
收人钱财替人消灾，我们只是小小承包商下负责跑腿的人。
We take money to solve problems. We just go for a small independent firm.
改变 Bravo 队防守任务，让他们也去地下支援。
Take Bravo off security duty. Have them go down there to support the others.
收到，我联系。
Got it. I will contact them. Kenny keys his radio and gives order to the combat team on the perimeter. Lantern's eyes are focused on the screen. The images from the camera continues moving and the troopers take plastic explosives out of their backpacks, which they plant in various corners of the room.
区域没有看到活物，炸药已经设置好了，等待后续指令。
No life forms detected nearby. Charges have been set. Awaiting further instructions.
继续前。
Proceed for. That sounded painful. There's a shot from behind and the image shakes violently. The viewpoint quickly turns to the rear, where a trooper in the back has been impaled through a forearm by a thorny plant stamped from one of the culture tanks. Uh-oh. The trooper tries to escape, but the stem burrows deeper into his flesh. Purple liquid oozes out from the stabbed area, and the trooper's arm immediately swells up. So okay, they're coming to life. By the way, the purple liquid and the boardrooms, this is the only one, not connection, but we have to deal with a lot of purple liquids in NeuroCloud too. So there is some interesting that's going on. The man beside him draws a knife from his waist and promptly chops off the wounded man's forearm. And I have a feeling that there will be a lot going on with this boardroom stuff too, with this Paradios mutation stuff. The step soldier wails in agony. Staggering back from the pain and shock, his teammate pulls out a medikit and administers a styptic and painkillers. The camera view shifts to the plant that is still burrowing deeper into their severed arm. A white-colored mist sprays in front of camera. This is like basically watching a horror film. Abnormal contact has occurred. One man has been injured, suppressing with liquid nitrogen. The vegetation soon freezes over. Unable to bear the weight of the forearm, it falls to the ground and splinters into many pieces.
说了多少次了，别靠近那些罐子。
How many times do I have to tell you not to approach those tanks? Lintin sighs and rubs her template.
送他上来。
Send him up. Will do. Lintin leans back into her chair and addresses Kenny in a mockery tone.
真是个幸运的家伙，只是少了半个手臂，就可以拿那么多抚恤金。
Well, lucky him. For the low price of half an arm, he gets to collect a big fat compensation paycheck.
受伤的是马塞奥吧？他也跟着我们快10年了。
That guy who was wounded was probably Marcel. He has been with us for close to 10 years.
快10年了，都已经过去这么久了。
Close to 10 years. It's been that long already?
我说，哪天我干腻了，副官就换你来当。我去行动小队，然后随便负个伤。到时记得多发我一些奖金，让我退休。
You know, when I get sick of being adjutant, you should take over. I will go join a combat squad and get some random little injury. When the time comes, make sure you give me a nice little bonus, enough to retire with.
别开玩笑了，副官。除了你外，谁还会舍得把自己的酬劳给其他人？
Yeah, right. Adjutant. Who else would be kind enough to share their compensation with someone else?
你也不舍得把你的分我些吗？
You mean you would not share yours with me?
不舍得。
Hell no.
真是小气。
Oh, pretty much. Lintin pounds to express her displeasure, but they have been through this routine so many times before that Kenny does not bother following up with an old gag with her.
还有几个房间没设置完炸药？
How many more rooms are there which need to be blowing?
情报显示的空间还有2个。
Intel indicates there are 2 more.
看来今天的脏活还不算特别糟糕。
Looks like there's a whole mess of black op for us today. I'm not sure if I have to call it operation. Black op? But whatever. Suddenly, Lintin pulls off her earpiece. Kenny is about to speak, but she signals for him to stop.
你有没有听到直升机的声音？
Did you hear something? I think it sounded like a helicopter.
直升机？
A helicopter? So this is during our flight about? The squad leader removes his hairpiece, listens carefully, then shakes its head.
没听到。怎么了？
Not a thing. What happened?
情报里面没有提到附近有飞行器的航行计划吧？
Our intel did not mention anything about an aircraft passing nearby, right?
这种没人管的地方，有人不申报使用飞行器也正常。
I mean, it's perfectly normal for people to use aircraft without filing for permissions in an ungoverned region like this. Lentine frowns and puts her earpiece back on, but she continues speaking in an unhappy tone.
我有点不太好的预感。
I have a bad feeling about this.
蓝天副官 ，Bravo 队发来通讯，他们发现情报中未标记的电梯，并且探测到电梯向下的空洞空间有大量热源反应。
Adjutant Lantine, we just got a transmission from Bravo. They have found an elevator that was not mentioned in the intel. And there's a large thermal signature coming from a chamber below the elevator.
我让那边把监视画面切过来。
I will patch in a video feed from over there. The two of them turns back to the screen. It flashes, and then its perspective changes. This time the view is looking into the pit with a thermal image.
报告热源规模、体积。
Give me the size and composition of the thermal signature.
稍等，
One moment, please.
扫描完毕，规模至少40个生命体，有一个巨大热源，体积在5个单位以上。
Can complete it. I'm picking up at least 40 life forms and a massive thermal source. Massing at least 5 units and more. Or more.
5个单位。不芥末吗？
5 units. So it is a Bertram then.
仪式没有结束就召唤我们来，这种情况还真是少见呢。
So they summoned us even before the ritual was completed. That does not happen often. The sound of gunshots comes over the transmission, seemingly from a long distance away.
听到枪声，各小队注意警戒。
I hear gunshots! All teams stay alert!
你们和谁交上火了吗？
Who are you engaging?
稍等，没有，所有小队都没有交火。
Hang on! There's nobody. None of the teams have engaged anymore.
地底下应该出事了。Delta 队接替你们完成炸药布置，剩下其余小队进入空洞空间。
Then something must happen underground. Delta team, finish planting the explosives. The rest of you, eat deeper into the pit.
任务风险提升至1级，全员做好和伯杰姆交战的准备。
This assignment's hazard level is now 1. All personnel, prepare to engage a boardroom. So, what comes after 1? 0? Why does it go up?
明白。
Understood. While that answer was simple enough, there was an added hint of nervousness in the man's voice.
有伯杰姆还告诉我们是3级风险任务。
They are calling this a hazard level 3 mission even though there's a boardroom present.
刚才你不还在疑问为什么给那么多钱吗？现在谜题解开了。
You were wondering why they felt out so much, right? Looks like you have got your answer.
不过，在离绿区这么近的地方有伯杰姆，就算是法本集团，也未免太越线了。
Still, even if the Fabian group is in charge of things, a boardroom so close to the green zone is going too far.
算了，这不关我们的事。让阿尔法队做好准备，我们也下。
Forget it. This isn't any of our business. Have Alpha prepare themselves. We will be... Silently, they hear bullet strikes the exterior armor plate of the vehicle, followed by the emergency transmission over the radio.
这里是埃口队，
This is Asia.
我们和未知人形交火，对方在试图进入到地下空间中。
They have engaged unknown dolls. They are attempting to enter the underground chamber.
人形
Dolls?
多少数量？
How many?
无法估计，对方有狙击手，2人中弹了，我们被压制住了。
Unable to estimate. They have a sniper. 2 of our guys have been hit. We are pinned down.
该死！科尼，让装甲车去提供火力压制。
God damn it. Kenny, get their IFVs over and give them a fire support.
偏偏是这个时候。
Why no all of the times?
野牛2号、3号，你们在做什么？为什么不反击？
Rhino 2, Rhino 3. What the hell are you doing? Why aren't you returning fire?
什么？ 光学设备都被击毁了。
What? Your optics were destroyed?
真是废物！我自己来。
You shower of useless trash. Must I do everything myself? Kenny climbs into the gunner's seat and prepares to manually control the autocannon for the attack. However, there's a sound of a crisp impact from the outside the vehicle, and the gunner's monitor in front of him promptly bursts into a sea of static.
是
What?
别白忙活了，
Don't waste your time.
对方不是普通的人形。让阿尔法队上车，我们去支援。
We are not going up against ordinary dolls. Alpha, mount up. We are moving in to assist. Centaurisi and the sniper Macchiato. I am approaching the coordination Miss Dandelion sent us. I see some Alpha Wisps here. They might end up being a big threat for us.
交给我吧。
I have destroyed their optics. They should not be able to do anything for them for a while. Got it. Ready to break in? Yeah, give me 30 seconds, and I will be at your position as fast as possible. Faki, stay inside and keep the engine running. Prepare to head out at any time. So I won't get the chance to shine? Not unless you want some 25mm ventilation in your frame. Oh, okay then. But don't take your time.
餐厅副官，我们拦不住他们。
We cannot hold them. Adjusted.
这些人形进入地下了。
Those dolls made it underground.
这种作战风格，还有这种实力的战术人形，
That fighting style. And such capable T-dolls.
这里是 Bravo 队，我们和位置战术人形交火，对方火力很强，请求支援。
This is Bravo. We have made contact with unknown T-dolls. They have got a lot of firepower on their side. Requesting backup.
下面也有战术人形。
So there are T-dolls underground as well.
情况变得有趣起来了。
Looks like things are becoming more and more interesting.
有趣。
Interesting?
留下3个人处理伤员，其他所有队员跟我追上那些人形。
Leave 3 people behind to tend to the wounded. Everyone else follow me. We are going after those dolls.
明白。
Got it. Meanwhile, on the other side of the pit.
还有多少敌人？
How many more enemies are there?
根据扫描，少说也有50个吧。
There should be at least 50 according to the scan, right?
还有别的办法吗？
Is there another way?
如您所见，我现在只是只兵。
As you can see right now, I'm just a dinner.
我是认真在问你。
Look, I'm being serious here.
那样的话，如果我们的增援能到达，我想问题就能迎刃而解了吧？
In that case, we should be able to solve the problem handily once our reinforcements arrive, right?
增援？
Reinforcements?
我们哪来的增援？
Where are we getting reinforcements from? Just then I hear a familiar, yet unfamiliar voice in my earpiece. The moment I do, I know that we have been tossed a lifeline.
长官，您能听到吗？
Master, do you read me?
能听到。
Loud and clear.
我们接收到了丹德莱小姐的救援信息，现在正在靠近你们的位置。
We received Miss Dildaline's distress signal and are now approaching your location.
还有马奇朵小姐也一起来了。
Macchiatos comes too.
指挥官，等着我们！你可千万别死在下面呢！
Commander, wait for us. Don't you dare to die down there.
看来今天还不是死的日子。
Looks like my numbers not up just yet.
丹德莱，把桑托莱奇的位置发给我。
Dandelion, give me Centaurus' location.
早就同步过来了。
Already sent? The enemy's rate of fire is massive. The sooner we are out of here, the better, considering we don't know if more enemy reinforcements will show up. I quickly glance through the signal icons on my terminal. Centauresi and the others are approaching fast. From their position, I can count on them to help me pinch the enemy. However, we will need to take Helena back from the bottom first. I look around. Diane is hitting the enemy with everything she has got. Koifner and the Helena she's protecting are looking at me with frightening eyes. We don't have much room for error, but I am certain that even after all this time, the dolls can still work well together. There's no more time to hesitate. I quickly decide on my next move and give my order.
大烟，
长官，
你和降雨火力压制我指的那个开阔区方向的敌人，吸引他们的注意力。我们的僧远会从他们背后发起攻击，那个方向将是我们的突破口。
I need suppressive fire from you and Jane Yu in that direction to draw their attention. Our reinforcements will flank them from behind and will break out through their locations. By the way, she is voiced. I had not heard her voice from the last event, from her event.
是
Yes.
丹德莱，计算最佳攻击路径，发送给戴烟和桑佐莱西。
Dandelion, help compute the ideal attack route for Dayan and Satoresi and send it to them.
计算完了，已经发送。
Already done and sent.
桑佐莱西，你们到达位置后告知状态，等待我命令后进攻。
Satoresi, give me a hit trap once you get in position. Then wait for my go.
好的，长官，预计1分钟后到达。
Yes, Master. ATA is 1 minute.
大烟，保持火力，等待我下令后，我们所有人朝开阔区突破。我们要吸引住敌人的注意力。
Diane, keep laying down fire. When I give the word, we will make a break for one more area and draw the enemy's attention.
降雨，一会儿你能和你的姐姐一起好好表现一场吗？
Janyu, can you and your big sis put up a good show to distract them? By the way, we also hear the pronunciation of their names. Thanks God.
那是肯定没问题的，包在我身上。
No problem, just leave it to me.
你这么说我就放心了。
That's all I need to hear.
这位是
And who might this be?
他是朝晖，是我们的新伙伴。
Her name is Zhao Hui. He's a friend of ours.
明白。赵慧，这样，我看你的机动比较灵活，我会让丹德莱关闭上面那个海伦娜的防卫系统。你能否将她带回我们身边来？
Got it. How about this? You look pretty agile. So, can you help bring Helena back to us? I will have Dandelion disable Helena's defensive system.
不愧是戴烟和降雨的指挥官，对第一次见面的人形也能毫不犹豫地下命令。
That's Diane and Jing, your commanders for you. Already giving orders without hesitation, and even though this is the first time we have met?
你要不行就我去了。
Hey, if you cannot handle it, I can do this instead.
我当然可以。现在要立即出发吗？
Of course I can. Should I hit out now?
你愿意就好，等我命令。
I'm glad you're willing to help out. Wait for my signal. Helena, but this is... I don't know which Helena it is, but this is one of them. I look up at the Helena who is still floating in the air. Oh, this is the bad Helena, but this is our Helena. Which is bad Helena. Which has got no bad Helena. But we are not sure if she's bad. Okay, whatever. She's watching us struggle with a lot of amusements on her face. Consciousness that we might know. I pay her no further attention and look down at the Helena in front of me. So this is the other Helena.
你也是海伦娜，对吧？
You're Helena too, right?
你想活下去吗？
Do you want to live?
我还不能死。
I cannot die yet. I see the determination in her eyes. Then I turn to Kalfner.
保护好她，她也是海伦娜。
Protect her. She's also Helena.
是。
Okay. Goifner reaches down to support the Helena beside her and looks up at the airborne Helena.
那我们的海伦呢？
So, our Helena?
放心吧，她也不会有事的。
Relax. She will be fine. Saying so, I turn to look at the hovering diner gate.
丹德莱，能做到吧？
Dandelion. You can do it, right?
如您所愿。
As you wish. After I give my orders, the dolls all look at me. I take a deep breath and wait for the transmission to come in.
长官，我们已经抵达攻击位置，等待您的命令。
Master, we have reached our attack position, waiting for your command.
收到，全员开始行动。
Got it. Everyone, go! Centauresi and Macchiato silently drops down onto the elevator platform at the bottom of the shaft, while their black armored enemies are focused on firing in the other direction. They suddenly opens fire, cutting the black armored troopers down before they even know what's going on. The dolls soon take the position that the enemy once occupied and begin providing us with cover fire. The Dandelion flies up to Helena, who seems unhappy. The spherical defense systems begins to glow, but Dandelion sees control of them before they can finish charging up.
坏孩子该睡觉了。
Nap time for bad kids.
你
Before she can finish, the three spherical glows and then reverse to their box form, which encloses Helena.
就是现在，赵辉，靠你了！
Jiahui, go now! Got it. Jiahui throws up a grappling line and immediately springs towards high ground, while Dayan and Jingyu rush towards Centauresi.
快跑！
Run! Everyone breaks into a mad dash, with Centauresi and Macchiato spinning them down. The enemy volumes of fire is significantly reduced. I am running at the group's head with Kolfner, and Helena follows close behind me. Dayan and Zheng Yu brings up our rear. As we approach Centauresi, I notice the flickering of flashlights in a tunnel off to our side.
长官，有敌人增援，
Master, incoming enemy reinforcements.
那里是死角，我射击不到。
It is my blind spot. I cannot hit them.
掩护长官，
Cover the commander. Dayan and Zhang Yu immediately rush to the head of the group and turn to face the enemy's reinforcements. So I think Zhang Yu presses on my shoulder to get my head down, while she and Dayan block the bullets from the side. The two dolls mount a fighting retreat away from the enemy. Dazzling flashes of light erupts as the bullets splinter and fragments against their frames, but they grit their teeth and continue returning fire. Looking up, I see that Jiao Hui taken the Helena's box out of the air, and she is using her grappling line to rake the enemy with fire one-handed as she swings through the air, briefly throwing them back.
趁现在，
Go now! As the enemy fire falters, we begin another sprint towards Centaurus' location. Jiao Hui makes a hard landing beside us, and the Dunder Gate follows closely behind her.
桑朵莱西，用这个。
How did I see? Use this! Macchiato picks up a small grenade from one of their black armored corpses and tosses it to Centauresi. The two of them prime their smoke grenades and throws them out. The two smoke grenades hit the ground and clouds of white smoke obscures us. Everyone gets behind cover. Perhaps it is because they cannot see us anymore, but the enemy gunfire suddenly stops.
桑多莱西，还有 WA-2000，谢谢你们的支援。
Centaur Resi, VA-2000, thank you for your support.
我现在叫马奇朵了。
I'm called Macchiato now.
这是我们的荣幸。95小姐、97小姐，你们还好吗？
It was an honor. Miss 95 and Miss 97. Are you alright?
我们没事，素体还在可以维持的范围内。我们赶紧离开这里吧。
I'm so happy to hear their voices. We are fine. Our frames are still functioning. But we should leave as fast as possible. I look at the dolls. Their shoulder and head are damaged while Jiang Yu has 2 big holes in her thigh. Centaurus and Macchiato help them onto their platform elevator. Kovner helps a panting Helena as they make their way forward, while Chao Hui struggles with dragging the heavy box on her back. I run onto the elevator too. It groans and trembles before slowly grinding into movement. The dolls keep their weapons pointed the way we came, but no enemies follow us. The thunderous gunfire that surrounded us just now has suddenly vanished. The surroundings are quieter except for the noise of the elevator. For some reason, I don't feel the joy of narrowly escaping death. On the contrary, a sense of foreboding fills my mind.
夏克里，有敌人在我们进来的位置吗？
Sharkly, are there any enemies at the position we entered from?
暂时没有呢。
Not right now.
真的没有吗？这个很重要。
Are you sure? This is important.
夏克里可一直用望远镜盯着看呢。
Sharky has been watching through the telescope all the time.
那就好。准备好启动，我们5分钟后就回来。
Alright then, start the ignition. We will be there in 5 minutes.
外面有载具吗？
You have a vehicle outside?
本来想作为礼物给你一个惊喜。
Yeah, it was supposed to be a surprise gift.
礼物？
A gift?
不过
But...
马奇朵，不好了！
Macchiato, bad news?
有好多装甲车往你们来的洞口开来了。
It seems tons of IPVs headed towards your location.
多少辆？
How many?
1、2、3、4、5辆。
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them?
是不是刚才看到的所有装甲车全开来了吗？
Isn't that all the IPVs we saw just now?
夏克里现在要做什么？
What should Sharky do?
准备好开火。
Prepare to engage.
指挥官，有装甲车过来拦截我们。
Commander, there are IPVs trying to intercept us.
我就知道，对方不可能这么容易放过我们。
I should have known. They would not let us go so easily.
长官，我有一个办法。
Master, I have a plan. Fleeing pursuit. That black helicopter looks just like how I remember it.
蓝鲸副官，小心！
Adjutant Lantin, look out! The red-haired woman is caught off guard by the green-clad doll silently jumping across her path and gets to duck. Canis tackled Lantin to the ground as the bullets that would have hit her square in the chest instead slams into their man's back plates. The other troopers immediately stop shooting and drag the 2 of them into safety. The woman gets to her feet and immediately checks on the squad leader's wounds.
科尼，你没事吧？
Kenny, are you alright?
我也不知道。
Hell if I know. She quickly inspects the place where he was stuck and finds that the bullet stuck between 2 of his ballistic plates. And I think she uses SMG, but she uses quite strong SMG, so that does not mean a lot.
快起来，你还死不了！
Get up already. It is not going to get you pregnant. Wow. The woman kicks the squad leader. After realizing he was not injured after all, Kenny scrambles to his feet. Lentine pays him no further heed. Instead, she peers out from behind the cover. The smoke cloud has silently spread out. She cannot see anything.
副官，我们看不到目标，是否要追击？
Adjutant, we have lost signal of the target. Should we pursue?
汇报损失情况。
Give me a casualty report.
12人阵亡，25人受伤，我们损失惨重。
We have got 12 killed in actions and 25 wounded in action, I think. Losers are serious.
该死的混蛋！
God damn!
给我截住他们！我要他们全都下地狱！
After them, I want them all burned to hell.
副官，冷静一下，这个距离我们和人形战斗太吃亏了。
Adjutant, calm down. We are at the huge disadvantage fighting doors at this range. Lentine trembles with rage. She pulls out a cigarette and takes a deep drag from it to calm herself down. After a brief period of contemplation, her reason wins over her emotions.
Bravo 队负责撤离伤员，其他的小队还能动的人，整合成一支小队，跟我去地面截击敌人。
Bravo, evacuate the wounded. Everyone else from the other teams who can still move, form up into a squad and follow me. We are heading up to the surface too. Wipe them out.
离开地下后，立即引爆所有炸药。
Once we get out of the underground levels, blow all the charges. Yes, ma'am.
科尼，让 Echo 队还活着的人开装甲车去堵住那些人形出动的位置，就算爬上炮塔打，也得给我将他们拦住。
Kenny, have everyone from Echo who is still alive drive their FOVs over to block off their exit. Those doors are using. Stop them no matter what, even if it means having to physically hit them with your cannon barrels.
我马上联系。
I will contact them right away. And this is one of those that we are actually switching from the bad guy's perspective, which is also interesting. Their attack and losses sustains have far exceeded anything she has expected. Meanwhile, it is very hard for her not to imagine what will happen here after looking at the corpse of the boardroom in the depths pit and that of the woman in the black outside it.
我到底在为了什么而战斗？
The Nita, the Paradeus guys. What the hell am I even fighting for? Sounds like a great title for a song. Lentine mutters to herself, a mix of emotions in her heart. Then she casts aside her cigarette butt and vanishes into the darkness of the tunnel with the rest of her men.
野牛4号呼叫野牛1号，我们已经接上 Echo 队队员，开始朝东面行驶。
This is Rhino 4, hailing Rhino 1. We have picked up Echo and are heading for the tunnel entrance. A few remaining black armored troopers file into the IFVs. Their rear hatches close up and their engine roars loudly.
野牛1号收到，我们跟在你们后方，随时提供掩护。
One copies. We are following behind you, ready to cover you anytime. The two IFVs stopped at the entrance of the tunnel. It is wide enough that they can drive into it side by side. The remaining 3 FOVs are packed outside the entrance, flanking it with their autocannons, pointing into the opening. All their targeting optics are riddled with bullet holes, forcing the crew to pop their hatches and physically view their surrounding. The vehicle's headlights turns on. One of the vehicle commanders signals an advance, and the 2 lead FOVs drive into the tunnel.
野牛4号，让步兵监视周围，注意周围不要被埋伏了。
Rhino 4, let the infantry scout the surroundings. Don't let yourselves get flanked and ambushed.
收到，收到，他们正在警戒。
4 copies. They are on high alert. The black armored man emerges from the vehicle, guns held at the ready, as they eye the area around them.
这里是蓝厅，敌人正在从移动平台朝上移动，你们立即到平台接口处拦截他们。
This is Lantine. The enemy is taking the elevator up. Head to the top elevator landing and intercept them.
把他们给我打成碎片！
Smash them to bits.
收到，副官。野牛4号，副官下命令了，加快速度。
4 copies, Adjutant. You hear her. Pick up the place.
收到，正在加速。
Copy. Accelerating now. The IFVS picks up speed, crushing crates and corpses underfoot. The black armored troopers notice that the crushed corpses have monkey security written on their gear, but their rapid movement soon carries them out of sight. How many monkey security are there? Like groups. Stopping at the entrance of the tunnel, the IFV's headline casts a clear glow ahead, while the elevator platform noisily makes its way up the shaft. The spinning yellow lights and alarm klaxons are a constant reminder to the IFV's crew and compliment that the elevator is about to arrive. The elevator platform is stacked high with various crates. The IFVs turn their turrets to cover it as it comes into everyone's view.
开火，开火！
Open fire! Open fire!
收到，开始攻击！
Roger! Commencing attack! While they cannot see the enemy's position, the IFV's gunners put the trigger on their hand station without hesitation. The IFV's autocannons and caution machine guns open up in unison, the tremendous power of their large caliber rounds shattering the boxes and crates on the platform to pieces. The autocannon rounds even piece the platform itself and turns its center into swift cheese. The plumes of smoke from the gunfire covers the entire platform, and it is only after 10 odd seconds of this withering barrage that the IFVs finally cease their attack.
停火，停火！能看到敌人吗？
Ceasefire! Ceasefire! Do you have visual contacts?
无法识别，但不可能有人在这种火力下活下来。
Unable to determine. But there's no way anyone could survive that. A sharp blade slashes through the neck of the speaking trooper. He stares incredulously at the maid, a tired doll, who has appeared behind him. Blood pours from his severed carotid and jugular. He tries with all his might to stop the bleeding but fails, and he collapses limply through the turret hatch and into the vehicle's interior. I think this is the part where this game is from 80 plus.
有埋伏，快让小队下车！
Ambush! Ambush! Drop off your troops! Another doll descends from the ceiling, landing. I will not read this. I remember the stacks. Not nice stuff's happening with him.
怎么了？汇报情况。
What the hell is going on? Report.
我们遭遇伏击，快下车展开队形。
We have been ambushed. Disembark. And from up now. From up now. Wait, are we now... Okay. Don't shoot. Don't shoot, that's... After what you happened, everyone will be mad. We have captured one of the IFVs and wiped out the rest of the enemies. Roger that. Commencing operation.
多亏桑多莱西的提醒，不然我们要被机炮打成筛子了。
Thanks, Centauri. Those autocannons would have put us to bits if it was not for your warning.
要爬上一个平台简直小菜一碟，这些人也太小看我们了。
Climbing up a tiny platform was a piece of cake. Those people were totally underestimating us. Just before the I4Vs arrived, the dolls had already carried me and jumped up to the elevator landing, where we hid in a side tunnel. Meanwhile, Jiang Yu and Centauri lay in ambush on the ceiling, waiting for the enemy to deliver themselves into our net.
那些敌人一定不会善罢甘休。我们进来时，马奇朵小姐就和装甲车交过手，所以我想，他们一定会用装甲车来拦截我们。
There was no way those enemies would give up so easily. Macchiato engaged their I4Vs when we arrived here. So my guess was that they would have used them to hit us off.
感谢我把他们的光学设备都打坏了吧，不然他们也不会这么大摇大摆把身体露在外面。
You can thank yours truly for destroying their optical systems. Otherwise, they have never exposed themselves like this.
说的也是，要是真蜷缩在装甲车内和我们打，这些铁罐头还真不好对付。
Good point. We would have had a much harder time if they had buttoned up their vehicles. Those metal boxes are a real pain. Seeing how proud Macchiato looks, I nod in her direction to show my approval. Still, staying here is too dangerous. I gesture to the dolls to gather up so we can begin planning our next move.
真是谢谢他们雪中送炭了。大家赶紧上车。
Thank you, everyone. You were a godsend. Come up, let's mount up.
驾驶就交给我吧，
I will handle the driving.
丹德莱小姐，可以为我下载驾驶程序吗？
Miss Dandelion, would you mind helping me download some driving software? You will need those driving software later on in the Springfield Patty event, by the way. You already know it. On it. Hey, here's Helena. Like the original, right? I like not the original. The one we firstly met. Centauri climbs into the driver's seat, while the other dolls chuck the corpses out of the vehicle before filling up the passenger's compartment. Centauri finished downloading the I4V's driving software just as everyone finishes taking their places. Just as she begins to reverse, however, a massive explosion comes from the deep within the underground complex.
该死，他们肯定是要炸毁这里，赶紧出发！
Damn it, they must be trying to blow up the place. Hurry, we need to get out of here.
是。
Yes, master. The Taurasi floors the accelerator on the I4Vs and it lurches forward. The tunnel behind the I4Vs begins to disintegrate in its wake, and chunks of debris fall from the ceiling like stone rain.
野牛4号，回复我。
Rhino 4, come in! Rhino 4!
Echo 队，快回复！
Echo team, do you copy?
他们可能都死了。
I think they're all dead. Man, I can't understand this. Lantine is so well, it's just furious.
该死的，剩下所有野牛。
Son of a... All the remaining Rhino units, listen up!
给我封锁住洞口！
Seal off this tunnel's exit! The tunnel is collapsed faster and faster, but Centaurus is already driving as fast as I4V can go. From her patch inside the tunnel, Macchiato spots more I4Vs waiting to ambush us. But there's no way we can slow down now.
夏克里，快来洞口，我们需要支援。
Clarky, get over to the tunnel exit right now. We need backup.
1号方案可以使用任何火力。
Go with plan 1. Weapons free, weapons free.
终于到了夏克里表演的时候了吗？
Is it time for Sharky? Exciting performance at last? Yay! We slam into a wall of lead from the IFVs outside the tunnel, forcing Macchiato to duck back inside the turret. In front, bullets, cannon shells, and all manner of ordnance throw up an endless rain of sparks as they ricochet off the IFV's armor. Behind us, the collapsing tunnel surges forwards to consume us all. Suddenly, a tremor of whirling blades shakes the air from behind the IFVs that are outside the tunnel. A helicopter armed with rocket pods has just launched in attack position.
直升机，有武装直升机！
It's a copter. There's an attack copter out there.
什么？
A what?
坚持住，我们马上就赶到。
Hang on, we're almost here. There. A black-clad soldiers are running through the wilderness at top speed. The axis behind them batches frames from the demolished charges as they split towards the other one.
快，朝直升机射击！
Quick, shoot it, shoot it, shoot it! The FOV's turrets begin swiveling, but it is too late for them. Oh god, so this copter is like, is the gift or was it the jeep? But definitely kinda the helicopter hovers in mid-air, and then a volley from its rockets turns the IFVs into burning wreckage. The IFVs from inside the tunnel rolls out into the open air and brushes the flaming wrecks aside, trailed by explosions which completely destroys the tunnel in its wake. As the flames chase it, the IFVs carries on towards a small hill in the distance while spewing black smoke. The helicopter gracefully banks to the side and flies past us, landing on the hill where we are headed. Once we get there, Centauri Sea pulls on brakes and I emerge from the IFVs. While I can barely open my eyes because of the downwash and grit, what I do manage to see still shocks me to the core. Nothing could be more familiar to me than the black helicopter before me, except perhaps for the worn but still legible insignia on its side. The shield of... Wait a moment, I remember. Griffin and Krüger, ha!
大家快上飞机！
Get to the copter! There's no time to admire it though. The doors pop the IFV's hatches and begin climbing towards it. I help the doors push Helena and the box into the cabin. In the distance, the black armored troopers have also gotten to the high ground of their own. The woman who leads them anxiously gazes at the helicopter in the distance.
该死，我们赶不上他们了。
God damn it! We won't be able to catch up with them.
科尼，还有火箭筒吗？
Kenny, do we have any rocket launchers?
有，
We do.
瞄准那架直升机，
Bring the copter down.
给我望远镜。
Give me a pair of binoculars. The woman takes the binoculars that one of her men hands her and looks through them at the helicopter.
距离620米，瞄准好就开火。
Range is 260 meters. Fire when ready. Through the binocular, she sees the dolls pulling a human into a cabin. The human takes a seat on the lip of the passenger's compartment. Lentine ups the magnification of her binoculars, but when she sees the man's face, she silently freezes. So does she know her? Like, I was asking myself, is Lantine a name that comes up in Girls Frontline 1? And I think internet told me it's not, but I'm not sure.
这个人不是在法兰克福？
Isn't he from Frankfurt? She immediately changes her mind and gives another order.
停止射击！
Ceasefire! However, the squad leader has already pulled the trigger. A rocket streak out towards the helicopter. Okay, she definitely knows him from Frankfurt, and if I may remember it right, I did not play through Girls Frontline 1, but Frankfurt was the last mission, like the last commander's mission, I think. Like when he was in Krüger and Griffin and Krüger. The helicopter immediately pulls up, trying to bank out of the path of the rocket. However, the intersection of its course and that of the missile has sealed the fate of the group on the helicopter.
开火！
Firing. 2 shots ring out, piercing the rocket and through of its course, where it explodes in mid-air.
什么？
What the hell? The shockwave from the rocket's explosions shakes the helicopter, but the pilot soon levels it out. It continues picking up speed, trying to get out of the godforsaken hellhole.
开火！
Firing. Which voice is this?
开火！开火！
附近还有敌人，注意锁定位置。
We still have hostiles nearby. Find them.
直升机还在射程内，要攻击吗？
The helicopter is still in range. Should I keep going? As Kenny barks order to his man, he raises another rocket launcher, awaiting Lantine's response.
全体原地隐蔽待命！
All units, take cover and wait for further instructions. Upon hearing the order, the black armored troopers obediently remain still and make no further movements. In the distance, the helicopter picks up speed and fades from sight. Meanwhile, the hidden shooters do not reveal themselves. This one now.
开火！
Firing.
只是掩护撤离吗？2声枪响，2个人。
They were just covering the escape. Then, 2 gunshots, 2 people. It's definitely a very mysterious chapter, especially with this Lantine character. Like, why do we have so many security POV, manga security POV? She shoves the binoculars back into Kenny's hands, then takes out a cigarette and lights it. The surviving man in black remains silent, as though waiting for Lantine's next order. A moment later, she throws the cigarette aside without so much as taking a drag on it and turns to address Kenny.
联系主管，告诉他任务已经完成了。告诉后勤，给死去的弟兄们发最高等级的抚恤金。
Contact HQ and tell them the mission is completed. Then inform personnel and have them pay out the maximum compensation for our fallen men. Kenny nods.
所有人员和器材损失的原因，全部写成与博界姆交战所造成。刚才和那些人形的战斗，一个字都不准说出去。
When writing your combat reports, attribute all our personnel and material losses to the battle with the boardroom. Do not mention anything about the battle with those dolls.
什么？
What?
找最靠得住的暗伤。我需要情报。我需要很多很多的情报。
Then find the most reliable underground broker you can. I need information. Lots of information. With that, Lantine heads into the distance, ignoring Scanning's questions. The sound of the world begin to fade away as she loses herself in thoughts. There's only one thought left in her mind. Why? 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 Driven by that thought, she sets out on a mission of her own, which makes this chapter very, very curious. And that brings us to a close of part 1 of Bitter Thorns and Daisies. We did manage to escape. We rescued both of the Helenas, and in the next part I already can tell that we'll be finding more about the other Helena and more about Helenas, and this is the actually main story part that I am here for. Very happy it is voiced, very new. This Lantine girl from Manga Security is also very interesting right now, and she looks kind of pretty, to be honest. Which almost all short-haired and pizza unique-looking characters until now are looking, from the stories I might recall. But yeah, I will be thanking you for watching and listening. I wish you a good day, night, afternoon, and see you in part 2 of this chapter. Take care.